Greetings, patriots, star seeds, light workers, and of course our very, very brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we're in a worldwide and galactic revolution. I'm Alex West, and today is November the 5th, 2025. Now, people have been asking me quite a bit about when World War III is going to happen, the scare event, and I basically, with some very serious thought, have come to the conclusion that World War III has already started. This World War III is not about kinetically throwing nukes at each other. It's about the control of the mind, the consciousness that is out there. And we are basically the victims of this war. Like I said, when Trump first come down, they went on the full offensive. The deep state went on the full offensive to attack him. They basically attacked him through Congress, through the Senate, through even the Democrats, the Republicans. Everybody was against him at doing the things that he was doing. And then when, of course, that didn't work, they rolled out the disgusting Kool-Aid juice that killed more than 20 million people on the planet, and injured more than 40 million worldwide with now physical problems that they are having a very difficult time with. So they, all this being exposed should wake up a lot of people to what the full attack was, but it hasn't waken up. I mean, the sleepers are still the sleepers. I know that you patriots and Starseeds light workers are very well awake in what's going on, and you've stopped handing out money, and now you can recognize the scammers that are trying to masquerade as me or any other podcaster out there. And I'm just going to tell y'all, you scammers, you're all going to be arrested and go to jail. And you're going to go to jail for a long time. And that's exactly what's happening. They've already got your IPs. They got everything. So where we're at right now with this whole thing is the NPCs have been programmed to bring down your consciousness. They've been programmed to, armies of them have been programmed to scam money out of you, but they're not getting it from the patriots. They're not getting it from the light workers or freedom fighters. They're getting it from the sleepers, the money, and the sleepers are getting scammed, and sometimes 2 or 3, 4 times because they're not waking up to what the actual attacks are. So I just want to say that until they're basically taken out, and I know that the Trump administration is going after the money. They're going after the big money first, all the the metals and the gold, the gold, the silver, all that stuff, the artifacts. They've cleaned out all their basically their hideouts, and we're in a surface war now, and attacks are on our consciousness or on the sleepers' consciousness. It's not the patriots. The patriots have wakened to this. They've also have know who their enemy is. They have identified them now, which is good. And this is all part of the Great Awakening. But like I said, they're going to, and the administration and the Global Alliance or Earth Alliance have, and Space Force has basically taken down, they're data mining everything that's going on the planet, but they're also taking out these the most violent layers of criminality, the deep state in the cartels and everything else. You got President Scheinbaum just in Mexico saying that the U.S. military will never attack the cartels inside Mexico, which is absolutely, this is all misinformation that's going on. She's part of the problem, and the NPCs are part of the problem. The sleepers are even part of the problem because their consciousness hasn't woke up. So it's a battle going on on this beautiful planet against evil. And when you do recognize that evil's out there and it's everywhere, then you are awake of what's going on, and you can make a educated decision on things that you want to do to protect yourself or protect your family. This is basically the cornerstone of humanity's survival. So we are in the end game, and like it says, the Earth Alliance and Space Force and all the patriots out there are doing their job, and we are going to win this thing. But like I said, this is a lot of it's to do with the exposure. Now they've taken out all the top players, okay, and the administration, Trump, has basically put things in such a perspective that it's so confusing, even for the patriots, even for the sharpest minds. It's hard to follow of what his strategy is. All I can say is that people can't be buying into the system anymore. The system's gone. Okay, there is no more system left. The world that you knew before is gone. Okay, financially, in the hospitals. And this is why I'm saying to y'all, just keep yourself as healthy as you can. Start getting into all the holistics and the good foods that are out there. I know it's really, really hard to find, but really be picky. Even stop eating. Even go start fasting, because that's the fastest healer right now. You want to starve a disease out? Stop eating. That's it. And stop eating for 7, 8, 9 days. I know it's tough, but you want to cure your diseases? That's the way to do it. Now, I probably will go on a big fast when I get to the Philippines, although it's going to be very, very hard. But I will have organic products in there to, that I can supplement to. And I know that my health will. I mean, my health's not bad now for an old guy, but I'm going to be getting a lot healthier. I'm going to do my own age regression when I get back into the Philippines, because I know basically the fundamental recipe on how to do it. So anyways, we have to basically get out of the system any way we can on the medical end of it, which is, like I said, taking care of yourself holistically. We have to get our money out of the banks. The military's now, saying that to get your money out of the banks. There are bank runs right now that are happening. There are inside executives in the bank system that are letting their families and friends know that the banks are about to crash, okay? And not just crash, but actually shut the doors at that point, because they have no money left, okay? Everything that has, and this is what the whole root of all evil has been. It's all been about the money and going after the money. And, the deep state used the United States militaries as their muscle to take out different countries and go after all their assets. It was never about terrorism. They used terrorism as an excuse. And they would, it was all planned by the 3-letter agencies. And it was all basically they would, blow up shit. And then they would accuse this, and then that would give, the worldwide consciousness that saying, oh, they're being attacked by this, that, and the other thing, and we got to go in there and take them out. This is the whole reason behind the Iraq War, the Vietnam War, the demonizing of the Iranian people. You have a lot of bad people out there, and they're basically Draco reptilian bloodlines. Trying to build this destruction against these innocent countries that just want to be left in peace. And but Trump is stopping all this bloody nonsense now. He's and then of course you got with Trump doing this, you got all these absolute NPC no-brainers out there claiming that he's bringing down society as we know it. Well, listen, do you want to be have some money and live in a prison, or do you want to be have no money and live free and in nature? I mean, that's really what the question is. And that's where I'm at right now. And sure, it's nice to have money, but I don't have cash, and I don't use their money. If I need any of their local currency, because the system, the people that are in the system, have not woken up yet. So you have to have a certain level of currency to keep building on. But I'll tell you one thing right now: it's not being free. Okay, we are still under, until Trump pops the pin and removes all the U.S. currency out of the system, and all the other dollars and the pounds and the euros that are so heavily manipulated and inflated with no gold backing. Until all that shit is actually been burned up, we're going to have to still continue in this matrix of enslavement. But I am basically telling all the patriots and anybody that wants to listen that start working about getting yourself out of the old system, because the old system doesn't exist anymore. Okay, the hospitals don't exist anymore. They don't. They're there to cause you pain and suffering. That's all they're there for. They're basically slaughterhouses. Okay, and the faster you recognize that, the better. And you're going to say, well, what's the alternative? The alternative is, if you're sick, start fasting. If you're sick of any disease right now, just start fasting. Stop eating. Get some pure water with some lemon in it, and go on that. Go on a 7-day fast with drinking lemon water, and that is it. Okay? That'll start healing your body. God has given you a body to heal itself, but you have polluted it with all kinds of man-made, poison. And that's the problem. You've got to stop eating to get the poison out of you. Okay, so we can move, and then, of course, they're attacking the finances right now because the banks have no money. And, if you have no money, well, that's probably a good thing. If you have no money, don't worry about it. If you have no bank account, well, that's probably a good thing, because you're not part of that system, okay? You're not part of the matrix. But if you got a bank account, okay, keep a little bit in there. But don't put it in there to, give it to them so they can handle it, because they can shut the doors on you anytime. Stop paying your bills. I mean, they're going to say, well, they're going to come after us. Whatever. Well, who's going to come after you? Stop paying your taxes. They can't come after you with the tax, whatever tax writ they got. How are they going to do that? If the credit cards, take the credit cards, whatever you got, and rack up whatever you want on the cards for food and provisions, and set yourself up so for this blackout, and then cut the cards up, and and any type of card, credit card people that try to come after you with letters or phone calls or whatever, just record it. Just record it and, stack it up there, and then take them to court, because you were basically, you were signed, you signed that contract. Even if you did or did not sign that contract, you signed it under false pretenses, okay? So you people, everybody has to fight back. I do not have credit cards, okay? And I never had credit cards. I knew where the game was going with this. I mean, I didn't know back 30 years ago, when this shit first I think they come out in 1990, even maybe a little bit earlier. But when the credit cards coming out there, I knew that was a bad thing. And, at this point, all they can do now is, spit at you and hiss at you for not paying your bill. That's all they can do, because they certainly can't. I mean, even if they try to take you to court, you got them in court. You make them be the defendant by putting the affidavit in first. These are all things that will allow you to stand up and fight back against the matrix, against the system, right? There are some things that we still have to go by, but there's big reason why I'm going to the Philippines is, number one, it's a cheaper place to live for me, and I can hunker down there and wait for this bullshit to come to roll over. But there's going to be a lot of chaotic bullshit that's going to happen, because it has to happen. Everything has to come down, and with it coming down, there will be collateral damage. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for what's coming. And you stock up on food and water product, and if you got money, invest it in the metals, because that's going to be the new future currency. Okay, and stay away from the scammers. The scammers, anything that's they're all masquerading as me or Jake, or I mean anybody, any podcaster out there. These scammers are trying to take our identity and to get money out of you, and you have to wake up to that. If you're going to be, I know the Patriots are all quite aware of everything that's going on there, but there's still a lot of sleepers out there, unaware of what's happening out there. So, anyways, my time is up. I'm glad I got back onto this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye now.